Okay, so today I'm going to talk about my pack, what I got in it for 10 days. I got a 10-day bear trip, spring bear coming up, and this is everything I'm going to need for all 10 days minus water and 9 days of food. I just got 1 day of food in here, but this total pack weight right now is at 42 pounds. That's with the rifle and everything on it. So it's pretty light, but let's go through it and show you what I have here. So the bag that I run all the time is that Stone Glacier. It's the 7900. May seem like a lot of space for many, but I just like the extra room. And it seems like on these big trips, if it was a 3-4 day trip, I wouldn't need it at all. But these 10-day trips, man, that is almost required to have that many days of food. 10 days of food really stacks up as far as space. I can get 10 days of food in here and everything else and be just fine. So first, trekking poles, obviously running these sissy sticks. These things have been great, super lightweight, very durable. I've beat the snot out of those things and they've handled it really well. The boots that I'm going to be running, I'm a soft boot fan, so these Laponias are my favorite. These are from Crispy. I've ran these the last couple years, and they're just a real soft, almost tennis shoe-like boot, but that's what works for me. Binos, run a pair of 10x42s, UHDs from Vortex. Those things are great. Butt pad. So rifle. Going with this this bipod. It's the Spartan Precision, super light, real easy, quick attach. This is the Weatherby Backcountry. So it's a 4.9 pound Weatherby, super light, topped with the Vortex new LHT scope 3-15. That's still under 6.5 pounds combined. So it's ridiculously, a lightweight setup, which is what I want for these big trips. So going from my top pouch on the Stone, start pulling everything out. Beanie, just a nice wool beanie. My gloves, I carry 2 pairs, always just a light merino pair. And then my leather mitts, these go wherever I go. These things are just super tough, durable, waterproof. Your fingers just don't get cold in these mitts. So I love those gloves. They're a little bit heavy, but well worth it. Phone scope, spoon, just a long spoon. I think it's like a Sea to Summit. It's got a little kit here. It's got charging station. I run that little Dark Energy Poseidon. 2 charging cords, one for my phone, one for the inReach. That's going to give me plenty of juice. And I've got some little super glue in here, a little Gerber multi-tool. I just kind of carry that everywhere. Pretty basic. inReach goes up top. So my tripod, this is that slick carbon tripod, pretty lightweight, topped with a Benro head. I've used that for a lot of years. So spring weather can get pretty wet, and I'm probably gonna be in and out of snow line on this hunt. So I'm gonna be packing a stove. I've got this is a medium stove from Seek Outside. It's very lightweight and goes really well with the little setup that I'm gonna be bringing for a shelter. Water bottle, I just run this GSI. It looks heavier than it is. This thing is pretty lightweight, but it keeps my water from freezing, keeps my water from getting too warm. I've kind of sacrificed a few ounces to pack this versus the old Hydro Pack collapsible that I used to pack. I think it's been a good trade. Pocket in the back, it's kind of where I keep my water, bladder, SteriPen. So from the top, sleeping bag, I run that Chill Coat 15-degree bag from Stone Glacier. It fits in this small little compression sack. It's a down bag. I ran it all last year. It handles everything. Really comfy bag. It's really good size. I could open it up, and it's a 2-pound, 3-ounce bag, so it's super light, but it's also really spacious, and it's got a ton of space, so it's roomy. But for someone that like rolls over a lot, you can see it's wide. It's got plenty of space, and you're not like you're in a coffin when you get in that thing, even at 2 pounds, 3 ounces. For this trip, 1 pair of underwear, 2 pairs of socks, and then what I have on going in. Gaiters, those will probably be on me when I'm hiking in. Rain gear, got that M5 from Stone Glacier. Tops and bottoms for this trip. It's just a nice lightweight pair, but it handles the weather really well. So as far as food goes, like I said, I've only got 1 day's worth of food here. Multiply this by 10. And so kind of just a few of the things that I'm gonna have: dehydrated bananas, like some Heather's Choice Packaroons, some cookies I make myself, just like little hemp heart cookies, protein cookies, some peanut butter balls. Lunch, I usually do like a mountain mush it's like just a bunch of nut seeds, oats, peanut butter powder, chia seeds, whatever you want to make. These things are great. There's probably 500 calories in a bag. A little bit of jerky. My breakfast this day, Heather's Choice buckwheat, the strawberry vanilla. I like her breakfasts. I also like off-grids foods. I'll do a dinner. This is the quail tacos. I kind of mix it back and forth between meals that I make myself, Heather's meals, off-grids meals. They're all good. Some peanut butter packet. A little bit of coconut oil for my morning coffee. I carry these little Tony Chachere's spice packets, bear hunting, because when you get a bear down, you kind of want to eat some of it. So this stuff is easy to use, these little singles, and it's really good. This year, I'll be running a lot of broth while I'm sitting there on the mountain glassing in the mornings and the evenings. Bone broth, chicken broth, beef broth, cream of mushroom, mocha, collagen peptides, just super, super easy, really clean ingredients. And then protein coffee in this little packet here. I'm gonna run that, all from Lono Life. They make awesome stuff. And so I'll just mix and match meals like that for 10 days. Sleep system it's just a little Big Agnes Q-Core SLX pad, sleeping pad. This thing is great. It's worked really well for me. I have a ground tarp. You can use Tyvek, you can use whatever. I like this ground tarp because it is like dual purpose. It's really wide. It's pretty good size, so I can get all my stuff laid out in a floorless shelter, and basically have all my stuff on it, as well as use it as like a kind of a rain fly. If I'm glassing in the weather, just set it up. If I don't want to set up my full tent, just use this for that. It's got the everything you need to just run it as a shelter or a tarp. Micro spikes, I definitely use these if I'm around any kind of snow or just wet grass, wet conditions. These ones are made by Catula. They're great. Highly recommend those. Puffy pants, puffy jacket, both by Stone. These things are both money. Long days of glassing when you're in bear country. It works awesome. I've put a ton of days in that Stone jacket, and that thing has just been incredible for me. It's really warm, and it's only 11 ounces, so it's packs down really tight, and it's super lightweight. Contractor bag, always. Jetboil, I like this, especially for bears, because when you get one down, you want to be able to make some of the meat, and you can render down with some bear fat, because this thing toggles down to a really light orange flame, and you can render some of that fat down, even on spring bears, make up some little nuggets and just fry them up, and this thing is great. I bring one of the large containers of fuel for this trip. I always carry one of these little Soul Escape Light is what this one is. It's like a sleeping bag. You can crawl in it if things get hectic. You lose your shelter somehow or it gets blown apart. This might save you. I've never had to use it. Just a little Sea to Summit for broth, coffee, cup. Game bags from Graxaw. This one's a little bit overloaded. I think there's 8 or 9 in this kit here. For spring bear, I'll probably take this down to 4, and that would be more than adequate. But even at this right here, with these 8 or 9, I think it's only 9 ounces. They're super, super lightweight and really compact. So I like his game bags. As far as shelter goes, for this trip, I decided to go with the Silex from Seek. The reason is it's probably going to be some weather. No doubt I'm going to get some rain within 10 days in April. So that's why I'm bringing the stove to dry everything out. This has, a little stove jack built into it. So I can easily get, the stovepipe, get dried off every night. And this is basically, I think they call this a 1.5. So pretty spacious, pretty roomy for one guy. And I don't know the specs on this, 19 ounces, 18, 19 ounces. It's pretty lightweight. Okay, I got a little kit here. This is just kind of a little bit of everything. It's got my medical stuff in it from, everything from Pepto-Bismol to Advil to painkiller to you name it. It's all in here. Like a wound seal, just some Band-Aids, some gauze, stuff of that nature. It's kind of my also / kill kit. I've got some cordage, 50 feet of cordage. I've got some fire starter in here. Basically all my fire starter is cheap old cotton balls soaked in or just dipped in a little bit of Vaseline. Those things light, very easy. They're super lightweight and super cheap. A couple lighters. I got some patch material in here, some tenacious tape, things that'll help me if I get a tear in something. My sleep pad, I've got a patch kit for that. For my tent, tenacious tape will work for that. That's about it. Knives, I run 2. I've got the Bug Out from Benchmade. It's really good steel, holds an edge for a long time. I also run this Altitude around my neck everywhere, and it's been a real good one for me as well. Just holds an edge, for the duration of the trip, and easy for a couple of soft-skinned bears. As far as clothing, so I got my rain gear, I got my puffy, I got the hooded sweatshirt. This is just a Helio from Stone Glacier. That I'll probably be running these Stone Glacier pants as well, and then just a merino top base layer, and that's about it. What else? I think that about covers it for the most part. So I think it was the weight on it, 42 pounds. It's all my gear, but only 1 day's worth of food and no water. So obviously every day of food is going to add 1.5 to 2 pounds, whatever works for you. So food adds up pretty fast. So, figure I'm going to put another 18 pounds of food in that for those 10 days. And that's it.